We all know how important frame rates and reaction times are to your gaming performance and getting that all-important W. In this segment, we're going to be looking at how NVIDIA's Reflex technology on their new RTX 3000 series of graphics cards can help improve your reaction times and how frames really can win games. One way that we can maximize our frame rates with a ZOTAC RTX graphics card is using NVIDIA's DLSS technology. What this does is renders the game out at a slightly lower resolution than your native screen or display resolution, and then uses AI to upscale back up to full 4K or 1440p or even 1080p. What that does is it frees up extra bandwidth in your graphics card that allows it to render more and more frames per second. So why then is high frame rate important to give you the advantage over your competition and level up your experience? Essentially, what high frame rate does is it creates a shorter interval between each frame, meaning that new motions such as a sniper peeking over a roof or a character running past a doorway essentially happens that bit earlier. In conjunction with NVIDIA Reflex technology, that's really going to give you a reaction time edge, even if your arms are a bit of a snail like me. Reflex creates a more streamlined, dynamic link between your graphics card and your game engine, so the two can work more efficiently together. The graphics card will tell the game engine what it's doing and when, with the game engine then able to complete its side of the story and its side of the equation just before the GPU is ready to physically render those pixels onto your screen. This reduces the time taken from something happening in-game and you actually seeing it on screen, giving you a competitive advantage in key titles such as Valorant and Apex Legends. Having a frame rate that's higher than the refresh rate of your monitor can also be really important. This 165Hz panel, for example, is going to refresh 165 times a second at completely even intervals. Your frame rate rendered out by your PC, though, might not necessarily line up with these intervals, and that's where extra frames can be really useful. Let's head behind the desk now and see how NVIDIA's Reflex tech works in-game. I'm going to kick things off by diving into Valorant. Here at 1440p on a slightly lower power graphics card, a lower power machine, you can see that this is giving us around about 55 frames per second on average. And if we start the shooting practice skills test, you can see that that's not doing me any favors when it comes to actually killing each of the targets in a fast time. Here you can see that extra frame rate would just give me that little bit more time to actually find where my targets are and actually kill them slightly quicker. I've moved across now and I'm going to jump into Valorant on our ZOTAC RTX 3080 powered system. First off, we need to make sure that in the video section, NVIDIA Reflex is enabled. And we're also going to pop Boost on as well. We're going to head into the same practice arena as before and see if there's any improvement. And here we go. Oh my God, I'm like a new man. I'm like a new man. Hey, that's much better. Fortnite is another really great title that supports both NVIDIA Reflex and DLSS. Let's make sure our settings are all right before we get started. So we're running at 1440p, we've got DLSS set to performance mode. We're also going to turn on NVIDIA Reflex and put the boost on as well, and then jump into a Battle Royale game. Now, as you can see here, we're running already at over 300 FPS. That's going to make a massive difference when we go and find some people to absolutely own. Hey, there's one. Woo! So that's it, folks. That's how you can leverage some of the features on the RTX 3000 series to level up your gaming performance and frame rates. Let's throw back to the studio and see how the speed build challenge is getting on.